Hey everybody, it's Simply D, and I'm back with another episode of In the Blind, or as I like to call it, My Life in the Blind, because as we know, everybody's experience is a little bit different. I'm sorry I've been away for, a couple of weeks, you guys, but these last couple of weeks have been incredibly busy because there have been a lot of changes going on with my companies, and yeah, that's all I can really say right now, but there have been a lot of changes going on with the companies, and so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what I do so that you can understand some of these lapses when it comes down to me being able to produce these vlogs at the rate that I want to produce them versus the rate that I have to produce them. So, and I want to talk to you a little bit about, some of the other things that have come up over the last couple of weeks because we have missed a lot of conversations. So, first thing I want to tell you guys is the main company right now that I run is called Intermix. That is the combination of me and my partner Jules. And Intermix is, by definition, the combination of her creative and business talents mixed with my creative and business talents. And we have been, kind of going through a few changes company-wise because of a project that's coming up very, very soon. So one thing I can tell you is that we have some new music coming out. Now, when I say we, I mean us, the company, not necessarily Jules and I right now. Actually, in a week from when you guys see this video, we will actually be out doing shooting Jules's music video. So, because of that, putting together a music video, staffing it, making sure that you have the story together and all that kind of stuff, that in and of itself can be a lot of work. Now, I thank God that I have an incredible team that I'm working with when it comes down to ideas and making sure that we can get everything that we need done. We have it done in a reasonable amount of time, but there are some inherent issues that come up when you're talking about music video shoots, especially when you are in charge and you don't have the same kind of physical vision that the people around you have. Okay, let me explain that a little simpler. I'm in charge of a lot of stuff, but I can't see a lot of stuff, which means that I have to build a team around me that understands my sight limitations, or at least understands how to help me bring the vision that I have for what we're doing into fruition. Okay, so to make that happen, I had to, it takes me a lot longer. Like, for instance, you would be surprised how many music videos you have to watch, okay, to be able to kind of pull it together, figure out what's doable within your budget, what can you accomplish, and how are you going to get this done. Now, that in itself is a lot of work. Now, on top of that, there is a chance that not only will I be executive producing this music video along with Jules and our partner Trinell, who's coming in to help us get a lot of this stuff together, but along with that, I might be co-directing this music video or directing this music video. And I've done it before. My history is in television and film production, so that's not as big a deal, except I haven't had to technically do it in some time, which means that, I've written a TV show. I know what I want to capture. I understand, how to put this stuff together, but there are little nuances that my eyes cannot capture. That's why I say co-direct, because I'm always going to have somebody next to me to make sure that what I am thinking I'm seeing is actually what I'm seeing. And for those of you guys who don't know, my very first DP job, or director of photography job, was actually for Michael Jackson. They were doing an event, and I was in charge of putting all of that stuff together. So, and his family, the Jackson family, thought it was really interesting that they didn't know that I was visually impaired, and when they found out, it was very entertaining. It was very interesting to just have that Quick side note, when I did have that experience, I was talking to the Jackson family. We were backstage. I was talking to them and everything, and didn't know that I was talking to the Jackson family. Didn't know I was talking to Jermaine or, Mama Jackson. I didn't know that I was talking to these people because I can't recognize faces. So I'm having this half hour, 45-minute conversation with people that everybody wants to be able to access. But me, I'm just talking to people because I'm just like talking to people, and had no idea that it was the Jackson family until they got called on to stage. So it was a very interesting experience for me, but one that I will never forget. And that experience, came from me being very focused on wanting to create for a living. I wanted to be able to create and do really cool things. And I wanted to do things that people kept telling me I was not going to be able to do because of my sight. One of the advantages I have is because I had to use a monocular. And for those of you who don't know what a monocular is, instead of having binoculars to see far distances up close, I have a one eye example of that. So I just have just a single scope that at different powers. I actually have a few of them so that I can see far distances, which means that without ever realizing it, before I got into doing film production, television production type stuff, I was learning how to frame a shot. So being able to do that is incredible. And now I'm getting ready to go back into that mindset. Now, that's only one of the things that I have to do, getting ready for the shoot, is getting back into the mindset of somebody who may be directing. Now, we have somebody else that we're looking at that we really want to be able to come and direct, but because of certain schedule issues and, things happen that are out of our control. But we can't stop the ship from moving forward. So we just keep this party bus moving. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we do. That's one of the things that I've been taking care of. Also, when you're releasing new music, that means that you have to get your distribution together. So we're partnering up with a really great company to make that happen. And, so that's going on. Also, this is some really cool news. I'm going to give it to you guys first before we make the official announcement everywhere else. But Intermix is also, basically we're becoming a record label. We had to become a record label to be able to do the things we need to do the way that we need to do it. And putting that together, and I don't know yet whether we're going to make it a label where everybody can submit and possibly get their stuff put out. I really can't tell you yet because there are a lot of things going on in the background outside of, just Intermix becoming a record label. There are so many other components that I'm attached to in terms of the Simply D brand is becoming part of a lot of other brands. And right now, a partner and I are working on an incredible venture that I'm super excited about, but it's taking up a lot of our time right now, just getting things together. So I have had an opportunity to work with some really great people, from, like I told you earlier, Michael Jackson to working on projects for Prince. So, all that experience that I've had over the last, I don't even know how many years, to be quite honest, have come into play for what we're moving forward into. And the ability to create new and exciting opportunities is exciting to me. I'm really looking forward to that. So I hope you guys understand why these vlogs have been far, few, and in between. Now, that doesn't mean that I haven't been shooting them. What it means is that a lot of times, like these vlogs that you see me post in this manner, they requires no editing. I don't have to, check on sound quality or anything like that. It's a controlled environment. I do go out and I shoot vlogs and then they're in clips, and I have not technically had the time to sit down and edit the clips together. And my team that I normally would send the clips out to edit this together and all that kind of stuff, we've had them very busy because, as you guys probably have heard either on the radio show or, seen me talk about, I'm not sure, but there is an incredible team that I work with called Iconic Sound. Now, you guys may know Cyrese from things that Intermix has done in the past. He's the producer that we've been working with for years, and we added another member to that. Cyrese got matched up with a guy that I met last summer. His name is Drayshawn Clay. Together they are Iconic Sound, and they're also, I co-manage them. with my other partner, Sincere. So, excuse me. So, not only am I getting ready to work on this music video with Jules, and going through the transition of becoming a record label, but I also am a co-manager of an incredible production team. And for those of you guys who might also find this entertaining, Drayshawn Clay is also visually impaired like me. So we actually met at Camp Bloomfield, which is a camp for visually impaired individuals. So we met at the end of last summer, and we've been working hard ever since the year flipped over. So we're a couple, we have a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so that's kind of short version what's been happening, and I know there've been a lot of great topics that have come up socially in terms of the blind community and things like that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off and do separate vlog entries. I'm going to just start writing notes down and just talk about just so I know what I want to talk about as these things continue, because there are some incredible things happening in our world. We're in an election year right now. We have a lot of things going on, and I want to be able to talk about these things and give them their own spotlight so that we're not just cramming a bunch of things together. But I am getting your comments, and thank you guys for sharing this vlog. We had an incredible amount of likes actually last time we did the vlog, and I am working to make things more consistent. But after we get a few of these things, taken care of in terms of paperwork, I hate paperwork, but paperwork and getting a lot of the structures together, you guys will see me a lot more, because, I still have a TV show in production. So, so we're taking care of that too. But if you have any questions about what I do, what it is, how do I meet certain challenges? I know that's one of the questions that I've been getting on Snapchat a lot. How do I meet certain challenges when it comes down to my site and the different things that I'm a part of? You know what? We'll talk about that. That'll be actually really cool. And what I might do, if I get enough people who want to, join the conversation, what I might do is we might go ahead and do a hangout where people can actually ask their questions, and we can, just talk about it back and forth, because it's not just me out here doing the things that I do that are part of the blind community. Now, there may not be a lot of blind executives in the entertainment industry that I know of, but there are a lot of blind professionals who have to meet certain challenges day after day, day in, day out. So it'd be kind of great to get a collection of us together and just talk about how we meet certain challenges and some of the challenges that we face. So maybe we can come to a consensus on how to best explain these challenges to those who may not be aware of the challenges and offer some solutions. That would be fun for me, because I enjoy not only talking about challenges, but solutions to those challenges. So that to me sounds like a lot of fun. Schedule wise, that might be interesting to pull off, but if I can get enough like-minded people together who have worked in different aspects of different industries, then it should be cool. We should have a great time. So until next time, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and follow me on social media, because I'm guaranteeing you can find me there pretty much everywhere. So there's Twitter, there is Snapchat, there is Instagram, and there is Facebook. Let's see, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. Yep, that's them. Okay, and they are all at D Simply D. Okay, so once again, you can find me anywhere on social media at D Simply D. That's it. Okay, you see my name is Simply D, just add a D in front of that and we're good to go. Okay, anyway, you guys, this has been fun. I'm glad I had a chance to sit down and talk to you guys. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff in the background here, but I do a lot. I do a lot, but I enjoy what I do, and that's why I can't wait to share more and more with you guys on the journey. Real quick, before I let you go, I do want to tell you about something really interesting. So I'm thinking about running an experiment, because the way I'm shooting this video right now is I have a selfie stick. I'm using my cell phone because it has one of the best cameras on the market now, because I love it, and it's easy, accessible, all that good stuff. Anyway, but I'm thinking about going out with Gypsy and vlogging at the same time using this setup to see what the public response is to a person walking with a guide dog that would be wearing, I'd be wearing sunglasses so that people won't get super confused about whether I'm sighted or blind, whether I'm training the dog or using the dog, okay? And at the same time, still doing what a lot of other YouTubers and people do, which is vlog my story, vlog my life. Okay, I'm interested in seeing what the reaction is, because I've done little experiments. I've done little things here trying to figure out a better way to take you guys along with me, because I'm not going to always have an assistant. My wife is not going to always be with me to help me shoot some of these things that happen in my journeys. So I'm thinking I should go out and give this a shot and see what the public reaction is to this, because part of me, to be honest, part of me is like, if I do these things that people have set their mind against accepting from a blind person, will that help people understand more about what we can do? Or will it cause people to think that we are, that people like me are faking our blindness, and it's a very interesting balance. Do we turn into the stereotypical blind experience that people have learned to accept and deal with? Or do we show that because we have grown with technology, technology's made our lives a little easier, all that kind of stuff, do we show that we can still do the same things that other people do, that they just don't expect us to be able to do? So that's what I'm going to leave you with. Do you conform, or do you transform the mindsets of those who are viewing your life experience? Okay, so let me know what your thoughts are on that little bit, because it is something that I deal with constantly. If I go into blind behaviors, people tend to be more accepting and more helpful when I need their assistance. But if I stand out and I am able to use the sight that I do have to navigate the world around me, and or even to that fact, my totally blind brother is still able to do a lot of things that people say he should not be able to do. So should we conform to the image, or should we step outside of that image and cause others to accept the fact that they can't tell us necessarily what our limitations should be? So I will tell you, it's easier to conform. Transforming the mindsets of those around you who are looking at you, that can be difficult, and it can lead to a lot of, backlash socially, at least at first. So let me know, because, I'm not really afraid of any backlash. But there are times when it does make it easier for those around me, in terms of like my wife or, family members or whatever. It can make it easier if I just take on blind behaviors in public, so that people don't annoy them about me having a cane or a seeing eye dog. You see what I'm saying? Like there are certain things people expect. I'll explain more about that in our next vlog or something like that, because but let me know what you think. Transform, conform. What's your take on it? And what have you done if you are in the blind community, the deaf community? What have you done, in terms of the social aspect of transform or conform? Okay. Other than that, like I said, I'm Simply D. Follow me at DSimplyD on social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Now, to be honest, you can find me mainly on Facebook, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time, y'all. Have a great one.